This tutorial is for the Scratch Project virtual tour. There's actually very little coding, but it involves other skills that we use in Scratch and just on computers. In today's project, it's going to be a project about Utah's Mighty Five National Parks. We're going to put buttons about each of the first Mighty Five parks, and they're going to say facts. We're going to find public use photos on the internet. We're going to download them to our computer, and then we're going to upload them as their own sprites in Scratch. From there, we're also going to find fun facts about each park, and we're going to copy and paste them and code it. So when the sprite is clicked, it's going to say that fun fact. And we are going to make sure that we credit all of our sources so that when we are doing this, we are giving credit to the photographers. So let's get started. The focus today is learning how to add a comment and how to upload your own sprites. What we must do in this project is find and download the photos of arches and Capitol Reef that are public use, upload those photos as sprites, and credit the source with a memo. What we should do is code those sprites to say fun facts about each park, and we could also add a voiceover about each park. These are the 4 steps we always do in a Scratch project. Our first step is always setup. The starter file already has a backdrop. We don't have to do anything with that. And it starts with 3 of the 5 parks. So we just have to add 2 sprites that we're going to go find photos for. Remember, in our starter, we watched a video by Common Sense Media about copyright law. And I would urge everyone to go watch it. The link is right down here. And it is a great video to help explain about the rules about using photos from online. Now, with our skills, we want to download public use photos. So if we're going to come and do any Google search, if you put in Arches National, whoops, it would help if I spelled it right. Put in Arches National Park. You're going to click on images up here, but you can't just stop there. There's one more step here. You have to click on tools and then go to usage rights, because all these photos are not up for grabs for you to take and use. So we're going to go to usage rights, and we're going to find the ones that are called Creative Commons license. These photos you can use for educational means and for informational, and anything essentially that is not for a commercial. You're not going to make money on them. So now any of these photos right here will be good for Arches National Park. On my website, under Help Center Student, if you come down to Research and Grade Resources, for 4th grade Utah, I have already collected these for you. I've collected a photo for each of the Mighty Five and 2 fun facts. And so I already have these photos ready and open for us to download. When we're going to download a photo from the internet, we right-click on it, and then we select Save Image As. Or you can find the download button on the page and do it that way. Then we're going to, you can rename it if you would like, but the important thing is knowing where you save it on your computer. From the drop-down menu, we're going to click Downloads and then click Save. So I'm going to do that. For Arches National Park, I'm going to right-click. I'm going to do Save Image As. I'm going to change, make sure this is on downloads. It's right down here. If you don't have it up, I'm just going to leave it right there, and I'm going to hit Save. Remember to pause and follow along with this so that you can have a completed project at the end. I'm going to right now do the same thing for Capitol Reef because I need to get photos for each of them. I already have it open right here. I am going to right click again, and then I'm going to hit Save Image As. And I like the name of it, and it's already on my downloads folder, so I'm going to hit Save. So I need you to grab those 2 photos and keep those websites open because we need to come back and grab the link so that we can credit them. Now, our next step that we are doing is uploading them as a sprite in Scratch. To upload, I'm going to go to my sprite icon. I'm going to choose the top one that says Upload Sprite, and then I'm going to choose my photos. I'm going to click on it and hit Open, and it will load as a sprite. So now I'm going to come to my cat icon. I'm going to come up here and say Upload Sprite. I need to tell it to be in my downloads. A lot of times it will be on your desktop. You're going to click Downloads on the gray menu on the left. I'm going to choose Arches. I'm going to bring it in. And then I'm also going to upload one more time. Go to my sprite icon, go up to upload sprite. I'm going to upload Chimney Rock and hit open. Now you'll see they came in really big. My other photos came in big as well, and I changed the size of them to about 25 on most of them. So I'm going to do the same thing for these. I'm going to hit 25 and 25. Part of my project setup is to make them, my sprites, be where I want them to be. So I'm just going to space them out so that they have their own room to be clicked on and they're not over each other. Now I am done with my project setup. So I'm going to go on to coding. There's two simple blocks for this. It's when this sprite is clicked, I want it to say a fun fact, but we are also going to source our facts here, or source the photo. Now that is called attribution. Attribution means giving credit for using materials that weren't our own original work. We didn't take those pictures, so we need to give attribution. So in Scratch, we're going to right click and hit add comment. And then we're going to copy and paste the website. So in here on arches, I'm going to right click. I'm going to click add comment. Then I need to go back to the website where I found the photo. I'm going to click up here on the website, on the link. And then I'm going to right click again and hit copy. You can use the keyboard shortcut Windows C, but we're doing a lot of right clicking today. So I'm just going to continue that. Now right here, I'm going to write the word source with a colon, which is a shift colon key, and then hit enter. And then you can either do the keyboard shortcut for paste, Windows V, or on other keyboards, it's Command or Control V, or you can right click and just say paste. And then I am going to do the same thing for the Chimney Rock. I'm going to go to the website. I'm going to click and choose the link up top. It's yellow. I know I have it all highlighted. You can do your keyboard shortcut or right click and hit copy. Then go back to your Scratch assignment. Make sure you're on the correct sprite. You're going to add a comment. I'm going to write the word source with a colon, and then I am going to do my keyboard shortcut Windows V. Now I've sourced them both, so now I just have to code my project with those two simple blocks. I want a say hello for 2 seconds, and then I want to go to my yellow events, and I want to grab when this sprite is clicked. These are going to be these same blocks for all 5 of mine, so I am going to copy them. Remember, we try to always save ourselves some time, so if you grab your code and put it over a sprite and it wiggles, you drop it, that copies it onto it. So once I copy it, I am just going to go back to my website under the Help Center student under 4th grade Utah, and I'm going to copy and paste one fun fact about each park. You get to choose whichever one you want. I'm going to right click and use my copy paste for my right click, but you can use your keyboard shortcuts. I want you to go along, do this with me right now. You can always pause it if I'm going too fast, because I've done this a couple times. But right here it says, Arches has more than 2,000 stunning rock arches for 2 seconds. That's not enough time for someone to read it, so I would switch this to 5 or 6. You can play with it later, but I would switch that to be longer. I'm going to go to, this one is Capitol Reef. So I'm going to go back to my website here. Find Capitol Reef. I'm going to do the second one. Even though it's longer, it's pretty interesting. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to paste it. All I'm doing is copying and pasting and changing the seconds. I'm going to do that one for 7 seconds. I'm going to come to Bryce. Whoops, go back to my website, Bryce Canyon. I'm going to copy the first fact. You can copy whichever ones you want to copy. And Canyonlands. Copy. Come up here. Paste. About 5 seconds. Okay, the next thing we have to do is debug. We run our project. We look for bugs in our coding. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to run my project. And I'm going to click on it. Make sure that I can read it, that it's long enough that someone can read the sentence. All those are good. That one is good. And you know what? I forgot to do the first one. I forgot to do Zion. So I'm going to come back here. That's part of my debugging. I am going to grab this code. I'm going to click over Zion's. And now I just have to go back to my website, copy a fact about Zion's, and replace the fact from the Canyonlands. And now my whole project should work. And I have a working project. The last thing we always do is share it. You can choose to share it with a friend, with your classroom. If you're in my class, attach it to your Google Classroom assignment. And I hope you ended up with a fun project.